Anybody that's watching, welcome to Gen X Journeys, next generation. Along with me are my usual Gen X Book Club cohorts, Suzanne Mattaboni
You there?
and Del Roehling.
Hello.
And I know we have a lot of new listeners and viewers, so I don't know if you guys would like to introduce yourself. So we'll start with Claire. Hi, Claire.
Well, hi again. I also wanted to point out I'm coming to you from St. Louis, but this is my background I chose for the Huey Lewis and the news. I got this
Oh, there you
right.
go.
Right, Caroline,
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
check that out.
Okay.
Now I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Caroline Connelly coming here from St. Louis with my Huey Lewis and the News Shrine in the background. This is not there just for,
Wow.
this is always there. This is not a special occasion
It's not a
piece.
screen.
Yeah. This is a permanent piece, a permanent fixture in my home. So, yep.
Awesome.
Hello.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can see it. I got my Huey Lewis and new shirt on.
Nice. Well, not trying to brag, but I'm wearing my Huey Lewis and the News wrap.
Here we go.
And I just pulled a koozie out. I couldn't find a shirt. I don't have a dress, but I couldn't find a.
I
Got
feel
it.
very much like the Lost Boys
Wow.
podcast, or where everybody was dressed.
The
in
lot. I had
I
several
just showed
shirts.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ill prepared.
I know.
It wasn't Dell
Typical.
like that's
Oh,
not
wow.
even a very good movie or something.
but we're not gonna discuss that. No, that's
No.
no.
Well,
No.
we've since discovered it's a more of a Joel Schumacher thing than a Lost Boys thing because
Yes.
there are other
Yes.
movies that
Uh,
he's not a fan
defend
of.
Lost Boys.
Yeah. Yeah,
Claire,
Claire's
I've mentioned a few times that you outed me on that podcast, by the way, because I was just trying to play along like, oh yeah, it's a great movie. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. And then Claire's like, I get the feeling you don't like this movie, Dell. I'm like, oh,
It's as
what
if
gave it
I
away?
brought my
What gave you
child,
away?
of which I have none, but it's as if I brought my child in and you were just like, that kid's awful. And I just love it. It's in my top three,
Yeah.
at least. And the way, I don't know. Yeah, it's such a good movie. I'm not going to hear anything else.
And hey, Steve. Steve Spears just commented. He say, "Good to see you, Suzanne."
See, I told you. I was bragging about being on the podcast, Steve. Hi.
Yeah, it's Steve. I'm stuck in the '80s, so be sure to check out that podcast. Like
They
this
host
one, you'll love
trivia
that.
on the cruise.
I was going to say, aren't they on the cruise?
Yeah, we
Like,
always do their trivia. Sometimes I win.
you've got the
I mean,
so cool license plate.
I've won a couple license plates. A couple 80s license. I was gonna say,
But we're here to look. I'm just going to say hi because we're here to talk about Huey Lewis, which means it's Caroline's podcast primarily. So I keep steering it to movies and cruise, so I'm going to shut my mouth. So
Well,
we're
Paul
here.
can get
We're
going.
gathered here today to speak about you,
Beloved.
Albert Craig III. No, but seriously, I'm glad it's about time. He's due.
Mhm.
He's due. A special man.
Yep. Steve confirmed that he's the trivia person on there. Yep.
We'll see you in a couple weeks, Steve.
Yeah. And oh yeah, before we get
Next
into it,
year.
I think one of the trivia ones that you had talked about was the Beetlejuice one. So I just wanted to mention Catherine O'Hara, who we just lost from Beetlejuice. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, but wasn't Huey Lewis and the News, were they on the first cruise? Is that what you got you guys going?
They were.
I
And
think did Caroline go busting in Claire's office? Is that how this whole thing started?
exactly.
Yeah. So if you want to tell that
It's
story.
funny. It's funny because it ties back to the cruise quite a bit, but this was 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I guess. And Huey Lewis has been my favorite band of all time. I've got a lot of fond memories that I'll touch on later. But I was on his website checking out all the concerts, what's in my area, where can I pop to? And I saw headlining the 80s cruise. And I was like, holy shit, well, I belong on this boat. Who can I get to go with me? And I know my husband will not go or just would not be his jam. And I know Claire Young, this gal I know a little bit, but I know she likes the 80s and 80s jams. So I bust into her office insistent that she go on this cruise with me. And
Insisting that I tell her right now, okay, I had two people I was meeting with, and she's just like, okay, we're going, right? And that's what I was like, I'm not deciding
you're
on a
in, right?
7-day cruise with a friend I kind of know.
Famous last words.
Needless to say, we had a blast, became dear friends. Here we are, 10 cruises and a company later. So thanks, Huey, for bringing, you made all that magic happen. And I'll note the name of our company is Clock Tower, and it is named after the clock tower in Back to the Future. So it is, Huey's a pretty important person in our lives.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah, and that's actually how we got the idea to cover Huey in this episode, because we recently just covered Michael J. Fox book, Future Boy. So when he was filming Back to the Future at the same time he was on Growing Pains, yeah, not Family Ties.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So I was like, oh, I still haven't done a Huey Lewis in the News episode yet. So yeah, he's one of my favorite '80s icons, and yeah. So yep. So I don't know. I want to go around and say, well, like when we first like heard of him, like the first time I saw him was, of course, most artists on MTV when Heart and Soul came on, and I just like loved that song. And then I know Do You Believe in Love was before that, but Heart and Soul was like my introduction to him. So what about let's see. According to my screen, I got Caroline's on the top over here. You want to go next?
Yeah, my first intro to Huey would have to be, I mean, it's kind of late, but like the 4 cassette tape on my family road trips. I was born in 83, so that was, I think 4 was like 86. And so I don't know, maybe I was 7. And we would drive places, like our family trips, we would drive to Florida or wherever, and we would listen to cassette tapes in 4, that album. And it's still my favorite Huey Lewis album, and that's probably polarizing. I know everybody loves sports, but 4 to me is just such a special album. Every single song I love. So that was my first introduction to Huey, and that's how I fell in love with him. And I have fond memories. The song Stuck With You, that's me and my dad's song. We danced to it at my wedding. And I have fond memories of him driving, reaching back, holding my hand in the back seat. And we would hold hands during that song. And it just became our song. And I don't know. It's his songs just make you happy. They all make me happy. So the 4 album is very special to my heart. So after that, and after I developed a love of them, then I caught up. Then I saw the music videos and things like that. But so for me, road trips, cassette tapes.
Well, I wonder if you were birthed the same day as sports was birthed.
Probably. I bet I was. I bet I was.
It's in your DNA.
Yep.
I forget how young she is until she says stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, enough, Carolyn. I'll be over here going, well, I was about to graduate college when this came out.
All right, Claire, when did you first come across?
I don't have specific recollection of like when, and maybe that's telling. Maybe there's something there about if you're a fan of 80s music, or even if you grew up. I was in high school and college during the 80s, and I'm telling you, that's just a soundtrack. I mean, it's just every song. But for me, the pinnacle is the movie. And when the beginning of the movie and the alarm clocks have gone off and he's got to go and the skateboard hits the ground and the music comes in right when he's hitching a ride on the back of the truck with the skateboard. It's the best use of music. And every time I hear that song, and I know that's his ubiquitous song, and there's so many great songs, and Carolyn would tell me that's probably not, way down the list of his best songs. But to me, that's my big moment for him. And I'll see that movie. I'll watch that part of that movie rewind over again, rewind over again.
Oh. No.
Probably like you, MTV. And I remember, I know he had a lot of songs before that, but I Want a New Drug, the video for that. And I think that's the one where they've got the shot with him, his face goes in the water and he comes back up. Yeah, right. Yeah, right at the beginning of the video. And then come to find out, Do You Believe in Love? Like, I didn't know that was Huey Lewis in the News until I started liking Huey Lewis in the News and figured that out. So yeah, it was MTV definitely for me. But then Back to the Future, like Claire said, solidified all of it. So that he was a superstar at that point.
Suzanne?
Well, I was kind of a new wave girl in the 80s. Some of you might remember. But Huey Lewis was kind of everywhere. I mean, we were just talking about the Grammys. I don't know when we started streaming, if that was before or after. You know, the Grammys are like this dark event that everybody's, is all divided on at this point. Back then it was like so much fun. It was, Michael Jackson and Huey Lewis in the News and Cyndi Lauper and Culture Club and like all these like really fun, cool people. And they weren't like at odds and fighting, spouting politics. It was just like everybody, everybody was like it was like one big family. And if there's one thing that maybe has brought him more to light recently is that my son's girlfriend is big into 80s music now and Michael Jackson. And she said she wanted to show me the video of the documentary about We Are the World.
Yep.
And it's a cool documentary and I'd already seen it. But of course, like I was reading the articles of Rolling Stone back in 1986 when I was, 21 or whatever it was. The background of him singing with Kim Carnes and Cyndi Lauper and kind of thinking like, okay, this is a lot of pressure. And thinking to myself, he's a good guy. He was everywhere, but he was not like, the vocalist, like Steve Perry or something. He was like a pop star with the cool sunglasses, blazer and stuff. But I just thought that was very relatable. Like I never thought to myself, here he is standing next to Cyndi Lauper singing her guts up thinking, oh, it's my turn. So that was pretty cool.
It's interesting because Cyndi Lauper, we saw her in concert last year. She talked about how intimidated she was during that time because all these superstars were around her, including Huey Lewis in the News. Yeah. So it was a big moment for him, but definitely probably a little more intimidating for her.
Yeah, I saw.
Yes, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw an interview with him, and he actually mentioned Cyndi Lauper. But and of course, like Ray Charles was there. He's a legend, and Michael Jackson and Lionel and everything. So yeah. And actually, I think he was there because Prince dropped out. I think Prince was supposed to be in there.
Well, I think he got the solo because Prince didn't show up, and he comes out the star of that documentary. You leave that documentary, and we have some young people who work with us who are like, I didn't really know much about it, but that Huey Lewis comes out as the nicest guy on the planet by the time you finish watching. Yeah. Whether or not it's true, that's what you feel like.
Yeah, you just feel like he's really positive, has really great energy and everything. Yeah. There's never any controversy about him or anything.
Right, but it was that appeal to just like everyone that so it didn't matter what type of music you listened to, that was part of your soundtrack of your life at that time. So it was all over. They were all over MTV. They had just had so many hit records. So Billboard hits, let's say.
Yeah. Their debut album came out in 1980, and then Picture This came out after that for the sophomore album. And I was thinking, I was listening to that again, and it reminds me of the sophomore album. It kind of reminds me of like Def Leppard's High and Dry or Bon Jovi 7800 Degrees Fahrenheit. Like that they were like great sophomore albums, and then it was followed by an album that would put them on the map and everything. So I just thought that was interesting, making that connection.
It was quite a run.
Yeah.
Caroline, did you own every Huey Lewis album at one time, or cassette or CD?
Cassettes, yes. I was going to say I don't have a record player, so I had the cassette tapes and the compact discs.
Okay.
I didn't have any of the albums. I have the sports album cover up there. Claire, actually, you gave that to me, I believe. But yeah, I had all of them, and I stopped at maybe Plan B. I think that was, I didn't buy, I know I had Small World, but then mainly I had his, like, I haven't listened to the newer stuff. By newer, I mean like late 90s and things like that. But yeah, I had quite a few of them for sure.
Yeah. And I know he has that a Meniere's disease now. That's why you don't hear from them much anymore. He has it's like a hearing disorder, and it comes and goes. He never knows when it's gonna hit him. It's like water in his ears, and he has tinnitus. I have tinnitus, so I can relate. So that's why I'm not a rock star singer. I have tinnitus that's preventing me. Um, but they did have album. What was the one that came out recently? I think it was around 2020.
It's called Weather.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's
it's like
right.
7 songs. Yeah, and it's
I
actually
do
pretty
remember.
good.
I
Yeah.
listened to it. I listened to it like on Spotify.
Mhm.
I didn't purchase it, which is a terrible fan. I should have done that to support him. But yeah, I do recall listening to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I listened to a podcast a couple months ago, and he was talking about that Meniere's disease, and it sounds rough. Like it sounds like he went through a real deep depression because of
Yeah.
it. You know, all of a sudden, he couldn't do what he loved to do, and it sounds like he can't even like watch TV or listen to music.
Yeah.
Like his hearing is so
Yikes.
impacted, and it sounds like some days it's okay, but a lot of times it's tough just to get through the day and have conversations. Like even on the podcast I was listening to, he was struggling carrying on a conversation. He asked to repeat quite a few, and I was like, he asked to repeat, the individual to repeat quite a few times. So it's a bummer to see that he's struggling with it. However, he's had an amazing life, and he's found things like he's got a big ranch in Montana. It sounds like he does a lot of fly fishing, and things like, and outdoor things. He loves golf, and so he's enjoying himself, spending time out in the wilderness, and he's hanging in there. But just a bummer. I feel bad for the guy, and I wanted to see him more. I only saw him like 7 times. I wanted to add to it. So
only 7. Wow. Are they doing? Is he touring at all or doing any performances?
He doesn't, from what I understand, no musical performances. He'll do like charity golf things, like celebrity golf things, and then with the Heart of Rock and Roll on Broadway. And then did you see that, Claire, or did you see Back to the Future?
It was, yeah, we didn't get up there fast enough.
But and he was very involved with that. And so I know he had appearances with that. But as far as singing, I don't think he has any like ticketed performances.
I don't think he can't keep pitch because he can't hear. And we had the pleasure of meeting him quickly at one of those. Yeah, do you have it handy? One of those comic.
Look at this.
Yeah, I met him on the cruise.
No, this was not on the cruise. Was this last January?
It was last January, and it was just hysterical because I knew we were in for it. Like we had signed up, some things had gone down, and I had to cancel some vacations, and just work is work, and it's priority. And Caroline was kind enough to say, okay, you can't go on your week's vacation, but we're going to take the week and we're going to go to this comic. I don't know anything about it. Fan thing, comic king. I've never gone, and it was so fun. I would go 100 times over, but just watching all the people, and it was Back to the Future cast, and fun.
Oh, nice.
And Huey Lewis, but we had to go separate. And I was a little more geeked up about the Back to the Future cast. I knew that when we got up to the front of that line, when Caroline was going to finally meet Huey Lewis, I was like, I don't know if this might not work out. Like, I'm not sure she's going to be able to pull it together. And I could see her start sweating. And she's like, well, I'm going to say, well, first I'm like, I'm not going to be able to hear you.
Yeah. I freaked him out. I totally weirded him out.
She did. She got up there. She got close because I think you wanted him to hear you. And you got close, and I just saw all these words and hand motions.
And he was like,
and he just goes, what?
He definitely looks like a little like, this chick's a little crazy. I don't think she's going to like do anything, but she's definitely crazy.
But it wasn't a what, like, I can't hear you. It was a what, like, you are, he was like, what?
What did you say to him?
I don't know. I blacked out, Belle. I blacked out.
Yeah. And then I go up, we had to buy individual, and I go up and I was like, do you mind staying? I don't need an individual photo with you. I'd like my friend who's the biggest fan in the world to be in it. And he was funny. He was like, oh, we got a sandwich here. And he was, we got, we took it, and then we walked away. She was still standing. So I thought, And I said, what'd you think? She's like, I don't know. I blacked out. I don't even know where I was going.
This has happened before. When I met Cece DeVille, I blacked out then too. I don't know. I don't know.
She blacked out when you walked up to Cece DeVille from Poison and said, you. Like absolutely out of character. I even said,
was this at the same
totally
event?
Weird. It was weird.
I said to them, I'm like, this is not like her to speak like this, and I don't know what's happening. I think she may have had a little stroke or something. And we just moved along, and she's like, yeah, I blacked out. I don't remember.
Picturing the scene out of A Christmas Story where the kid goes up and then they're like, get him out of here. And that's kind of Caroline was like, security,
pretty
get
much.
her out of here. Yeah. Okay.
Well, for the Poison one, they didn't even give us our photo. They were like, these two are so weird. We were like blocked out of photo zone. And so we emailed them and we're like, hey, we never got our photo. They're like, well, too bad. So God knows what happened.
But it was
they're really interesting, but it was really fun. And she can say she met him and he was very kind and he looked great. And people were jazzed up about him.
It was fun. I liked it. We also got to meet this fellow from Adventures in Babysitting.
What's his name? George Newbern.
Yeah, he's so cute.
Okay. He came out and talked to us for about 15 minutes. He was phenomenal.
He was so nice. He's so cute. He had a cameo in Friends. That was like another big kind of noteworthy.
Well, and he was number 3 for Marty McFly. That was an interesting story. He said he actually was number 2 because they thought they couldn't get Michael J. Fox and went to 2 lunches with Spielberg and thought that was it. And then they chose Eric Stoltz. And, such is history. But yeah, we were like, we love Back to the Future. He's like, yeah, well, it could have been something special for me. But no, it was fun. So he is a tidy.
Ralph Macchio tells the same story, though. So who knows?
Who does?
Been really Ralph Macchio.
Oh,
I think
no.
Didn't when we read Ralph Macchio's book, didn't he say the same thing? That he was up for Marty McFly. He was supposed to be Marty McFly, but they didn't like his New York accent.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a New York accent.
Yeah, he would not have made a good Marty McFly. I can see George Newbern. I can't see. Well, really.
I like Ralph Macchio.
There's only one Marty McFly. They got the right one.
Yeah.
That's true.
But no knock to Eric Stoltz. I really, really like him too.
Yeah, that would have been a totally different movie that we were talking about last month. Yeah. And,
absolutely. But he's done some good work. It's true.
Right.
I love Some Kind of Wonderful. I really like that movie.
I'm kicking back to Huey. Has everybody here seen him live?
I've not.
Oh,
just you guys. Yeah.
I saw it on the cruise. I had the pleasure of the first year cruise. Yeah, he was.
Paul, did you or not? I didn't hear your answer. Okay.
No. Caroline saw him for all of us.
I did. It was sad on the first year of the cruise. Remember that day he performed Wednesday, which is historically that like day 4, which is like my worst hangover day. And I feel like I had to run out and puke in my tutu, puke in my tutu, but I was puking while wearing my tutu during Huey's set. But it's okay.
I actually felt badly for you because I was like, she's been waiting for the show, and this is not like what she expected.
Sometimes
but it's really a lot about Huey, but this band is pretty incredible. I mean, I love a good horn section anyway, but I mean, overall, the musicality of these guys is absolutely, because he gets kind of like this little bubblegum kind of reputation because the songs are fun and they are light, but they're not. I have a musician friend in Kansas City, Caroline knows him very well, and every time he tries to play Huey for us, because every time we're sitting around and he's taking requests, she's like, Huey, he's like, it's too hard. It's like, you wouldn't believe this, but it's hard.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the original band all the way through. I don't ever remember hearing anybody like leaving.
There's some original members, but I don't think it's not the same full group.
Right. Yeah. I love all the videos are a lot of fun too. It kind of reminds me of like Phil Collins or David Lee Roth, what has the humor, the winking and everything. And Yeah, those kind of stand out, and that really helps make the music.
Those are fun days.
Yeah.
And the skinny ties. For some reason, I have very distinct memories of skinny ties.
Definitely, he's definitely fun. I liked, did you guys see the spoof video he did of American Psycho?
Oh
Are you
no.
familiar with that? Have you
think
seen the
so.
movie
Oh,
American
because
Psycho?
his song's in that, right?
So before Patrick Bateman is slaughtering Jared Leto, and he's waxing on about the album 4 and the song Hip to Be Square, and he's doing all this, and he's speaking about the album and how Huey really came into his own during this album, and he's speaking about the song Hip to Be Square, and it's playing while he's putting on this clear raincoat, and he's getting an axe out, and Jared Leto is sitting on his couch, and unbeknownst to him, he's going to get an axe in the head. So that, spoiler alert, that's what happens in that scene. But sorry if I just ruined the whole movie. But Huey did a spoof of it with Weird Al, and Weird Al is sitting on the couch, and Huey gives the axe to Weird Al. You guys need to Google it. It's very funny. He's just, he doesn't take himself too seriously. I like that about him. Like, you guys need to check it out. So, have you seen American Psycho?
I've read pieces of it.
The book is wildly fucked up. It's hard to get through. But did you guys do a Bret Easton Ellis?
Yeah, Less Than Zero.
Yeah, Less Than Zero we did.
Yeah.
Early in the
American Psycho is great. I mean, it's pretty disturbing, but it's really good. You like disturbing shit.
we did a lot of disturbing shit at the beginning, so that's why we needed some room to breathe before we went back to Bret Easton Ellis.
I get it. But if you haven't seen the movie, it's awesome and a great soundtrack. Really? It's really excellent. Good cast too.
Yeah. I was aware of it. I knew about the Huey Lewis.
It's you need to watch. Now I feel like I need to watch it. It's really good.
Back to his. If we're staying on his act, wasn't he in that movie Duets? Was he in that?
Yes, he is in it. And Huey. Okay. No offense, but it's not good. It's not good. I'm sorry. It wasn't. He plays Gwyneth Paltrow's father, and he's the professional karaoke person.
Oh. Yeah, because didn't they release a song?
Yeah, Cruisin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I like that song.
Yeah.
I like their version of it.
Yeah, but, it's not very good. I mean, it's okay. He's also in a movie called Shortcuts. I've never seen it, but it's rumored that he does Full Frontal from very far away. Just gonna say it. I don't know if it's true. That's the rumor, but it's a movie, and I think I know I don't know much about it, but it's one of those movies. It's got like a huge cast, and I think it might be a movie of like 8 little short stories or something like that. But I don't know anything about it. I've just heard about it. Full Frontal. Well, because that's why I heard.
Those are keywords that people are searching.
We're live.
No, I don't know if it's true. That could just be fake news. I don't know, but it always stuck in my brain because I was like, mental note: if you see this on streaming, pop it on. But it is yet to come up.
Caroline, if you said that
he was on a. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you said Duets was a bad movie, that means it's a really bad movie.
It means it's like 9 or under on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, because you never agree with Rotten Tomatoes. So
I mean, like 40 is my sweet spot on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's not good. But it's okay. I appreciate that he tried that. Like, I think that's fun, right? Get out there, throw your hat in the ring, do some movies. That's cool. They can't all be.
Oh, really?
It's a good show.
I've never seen it. I heard it was really good.
Yeah,
that show was excellent.
It was a lot of fun.
It was so fun, wasn't it? Everybody was so good.
Absolutely. I natural. You can't complain about them at all. But I mean, there were so many guys who came and went for, as love interests on that show that I don't know, there weren't that many that stood out.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't like the Cap, but he was a recurring person that came back.
Even confused, but not like I don't think it was season after season after season, but he had
it was one season,
right, Suzanne?
He was, and he played like an ex rock star who one of the women had, Wendy Malick, was involved in, because she was like the soap opera queen, right? So she had, rock star boyfriends and such. So he was an old flame rock star boyfriend who came back and they tried to make a go of it, but it didn't quite go. It didn't go more than a season, but it was kind of fun, you know. He was convincing. I guess, I mean, you know, how hard is that? But he was convincing.
I think it'd be hard. I'd screw it up.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. You know, but
yeah,
I mean,
14
character-wise.
acting credits at Rock and Roll High School. He was in Rock and Roll High School.
Oh, really?
I mean, he was in some.
Well, he's in Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah, Back to the Future.
Yeah. Now that was adorable because
Yeah.
that was one of those cameos where you didn't even know who it was until the scene was over.
Yeah, I think the first gift.
Funny. That's funny.
Well,
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
Which is perfect. I also gave her the T-shirt that says, "I'm afraid you're too darn loud," because we are, and we both have voices that carry, and we're reminded fairly consistently to lower our voices. What do you say? Your inside voice is broken?
It's broken. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was so cute. I thought that was so fun that they worked him in. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and then do we talk about the Ghostbusters thing? Because isn't this,
no, we haven't covered that yet. Yeah.
But we can talk about it.
And Paul, keep me honest here, but I think it was because he was writing for Back to the Future, he couldn't do it for Ghostbusters.
Right.
So they got Ray Parker, but they said, "What we love is this I Want a New Drug" song. Is that the right song?
They literally
and they told him, like, we want that kind of cadence. We want that. Not only did he take, but I mean, look, we are huge Ray Parker fans. If there's, we really are. I've loved him, and
he was part of
got him
your
on Radical Sabbatical, and we had the
Yep.
pleasure of meeting him on the cruise, and he was so kind to us and sat and talked to us for quite a while. And he's just really got hits for days. People think it's Ghostbusters, but he's had hit after hit after hit. And speaking of Grammys, it was very interesting story he told that Leo Sayer won the Grammy for I think
You Make Me Feel Like Dancing.
Make Me Feel Like Dancing.
I love that song.
Yeah, and he won for producing and writing it, and he did not produce or write it. It was written and produced by Ray Parker, but at the time, no one was saying that he couldn't have credit for it. So but he was great when he told the story. He was like, "I love Leo Sayer. He's a great guy." He's like, "I don't want to take anything away from him. It was a great performance. It's a bummer that the world was in a place where I couldn't get credit, but I did,
He was a ghostwriter, haha.
Yeah.
He was, and I guess he did. Huey Lewis though did win that lawsuit, right? Okay.
Yeah. But then he went. I think it was 89 or 91. Then he talked. I mean, he was 2001. Then he started talking about it, but it was supposed to be. He wasn't supposed to say anything about it. So then Parker Jr. sued him.
He was under NDA, but then he let the secret out. So, oops. You think they would have just left it alone at that point, you know?
Yeah, that's all right. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah. They're all fine. Yeah. That's interesting about Feel Like Dancing, because I never knew that.
I didn't know that either.
I can picture that.
Yeah, I can kind of feel that. I'm a public relations director. I've got tons of stuff out on the internet that have other people's names on them. I kind of get it. But they pay me well for that, so what the heck?
Same with us, Suzanne, all the time.
Sports album that
should we tell Paul? Yeah.
Oh,
you're breaking
all right.
up.
Oh, am I breaking up? Oh, geez. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. For the sports album, I think. Yeah, unfortunately, it came out at the time that Thriller was big, so that kind of. So I think it might have been like number 2 album of the year or something like that. Thriller, great album that was. Yeah, that was the first one that I owned by him. It's funny, like, he always, all those hits were always on MTV and everything, but then there were songs on the album that I loved that were my favorites, but they weren't released, like Finally Found a Home and Crack Me Up. And I didn't, for some reason, I didn't know Walking on a Thin Line was released. And it was like a big hit. I don't remember hearing that on the radio or seeing anything on MTV, but
It didn't get much airtime, but it's a great song. There are a lot of great songs. Like when we were in New Orleans going to that fan expo thing, I played for Claire my favorite Huey Lewis song, which is from the 4 album, and it's called I Never Walk Alone. And I don't know why nobody's ever heard of it. It's never on the radio. It is so catchy. And I can't contain myself when it comes on. I have to dance around. It is just fun. You guys have to put it on as soon as this ends. And I've never heard it on the radio, but there's so many. He just has so many good songs that there's just a lot of songs that didn't get the airtime. So I hear you on that song. I like that song a lot.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you? What's your favorite Huey song?
I keep hearing "Working for a Living" in the background in my head as we're talking. I might say that, and I don't know. It's not necessarily, the most popular song, but I don't know. It's just kind of catchy, like it was just like always there.
Yeah, it gets in your head. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
it's a good song.
I got a little Power of Love, but what's the one, Caroline, with the line that I love? The All I Want from
All I Want for Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder is
that's my favorite.
For me.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah. It's so good.
It was not one of his best albums. I think the song Perfect World. I don't know why I like that, but that's the year I graduated from high school, and that came out in the summer into fall of that year. And I don't know. I just remember hearing that song a ton. So that would be my pick. Or Bad is Bad. I like that song.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one too. Yeah. I feel like after 4, they didn't seem to be putting out like the radio hits. It was like they were doing, what they wanted to do, as opposed to, trying to stay relevant on the radio. But I like the mix of everything that they play. Yeah.
I saw a video for the song, Caroline, you might remember this. Give me the keys and I'll drive you crazy. Do you remember that song?
Oh yeah.
I'd never even heard of it, and I'm watching like MTV Classic or whatever, and it comes on, and I'm like, what is this? And he's like flying in the air in a car, and
some of his videos are kind of out there.
Yeah, they were very creative. He's a standout for somebody with so much creativity back in the 80s. I mean, there were so many good videos, but his were consistently good, and there was always a story with them, something weird going on.
Yeah, being chased by a shark. Was that
What's that?
Yeah, they were being chased by a shark in one of them.
If This Is It.
If This Is It, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a fun song too. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you just more and more of them just pop into your head.
Yeah, then I think I came back and doing it all for my baby too. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, remembering that too. And I was 2 years old when I found out that I think he wrote and produced the Bruce Hornsby song "The Way It Is," which is a really cool song. Which kind of like when you know that, then you can think to yourself, yeah, it kind of has that same kind of vibe, where it's really catchy and a little bit of pop, but like a little bit more sophisticated than just like a one-hit wonder type of thing. So I always like that song.
I don't know if I had any more notes for. I think we covered a lot of stuff that I was planning on covering. Do you guys have anything?
Yeah, I'd like to just give him a shout out because he's a really smart guy. He got an 800 on his math SAT. And I mean, I really didn't get an 800 on my math SAT. So he's just a really smart
dude. How do you know that?
I don't know. And that's the fact I've known for like 10 or plus years. Like, I don't know how I knew that, and he also, I think, got a scholarship to play baseball at Cornell, or I know he played baseball at Cornell, but he's a really good athlete too. Like, he's a talented dude. And then he can play the harmonica. We haven't even talked about that. Like, he's just well-rounded fellow. Just bravo. Bravo, Huey.
Bravo, Huey. That's a t-shirt.
It's on Wikipedia right here. A perfect score of 800 on the math portion of the SAT.
I mean, that's not easy.
But the fact that you know that is amazing.
Yeah, you get an 800 for that, Caroline.
I looked some things up today, but I was impressed with that too. I was impressed with, I don't know, when I was in the 80s, back in the 80s, when I was in college, I kind of felt like Huey Lewis felt a lot like older than me. Like he was like a mature person and I was like a student. But when I kind of like read up a few more things before this podcast, I was impressed with the fact, like back in like the 60s and 70s, he was like backpacking through Europe and playing on stages in Scotland and hitchhiking across the United States. And I was like, what cool freaking life. You know, like he had this cool life that anybody would envy before he became famous.
Yeah, true.
And he does sound really intelligent to have, you know, gone to college. And not just like, I think he didn't go to college till later, but to get into Cornell, you know, just like almost on a whim, you know, from what it sounded like after traveling, you know, and playing all over the US and Europe. So definitely impressive guy.
Well, that reminds me of that in that interview that I saw him in. That's how he learned how to play harmonica, because he'd be hitchhiking across Europe and he had long hair back then and nobody wanted to pick him up. The only people that picked him up happened to be like German tourists or something. I guess it was in Spain. So while he was sitting on the road waiting, that's when he'd be practicing the harmonica. I don't know if it was a family member that gave him the harmonica. I don't know if it was a grandparent. That's where he honed that skill, was hitchhiking through Europe.
That's cool.
Days. Yeah.
One story that I did hear on the podcast that I was listening to months ago, he was telling about how he got the name Huey Lewis, because I guess his ex-girlfriend's dad, but his girlfriend at the time, his high school girlfriend, everybody would call him Huey Louie. And then people started calling him, so he got the nickname Lewis. And then that's how they got, and then originally it was Louis, but then they changed the spelling to the current spelling. So it was an ex-girlfriend's dad who started calling him Huey Louie, that then evolved to just Lewis, to then Huey Lewis. So, I mean, that's cool.
I wonder if it was because of that song Louie Louie. You like,
maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Put the sound layer together.
All right. So, Caroline, how did they come up with the news? Do you know that part?
Well, so they were Huey Lewis and the American Express at first. And then I think he talked about it. I'm trying to remember.
From American Express's lawyers, and
is that what it did? They do that?
No,
is that what happened? Oh, I was gonna say I bet that's what happened.
Possible.
I feel like it was something like just news. They were like, oh, we thought it would be funny to do a section of the newspaper or something like that. I can't recall though. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Just curious.
But yeah, I think that was a preemptive thing to change it. I don't know if it was the record company that had them change it, but yeah, they figured they would have trouble with American Express, so they changed it. But yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why specifically it's the news, but yeah.
But it works.
I do love, did anyone see the Back to the Future musical? Not the Huey Lewis musical, but the Back to the Future musical? There is a much larger ode to Huey Lewis in the musical than the movie. They actually, when Marty is wanting to become a famous musician, he ends up meeting his girlfriend's uncle, who was Uncle Huey, and she'd say, I've got an uncle. All through the play, she's saying, I've got an uncle who's, big in the music industry. He can help you. And right towards the end, she introduces, this is my Uncle Huey, which some people got in the audience and some did. It's kind of a little, I don't know, Easter eggs or whatever, but at the end, when he's he's very famous at the end of the musical, they bring down the pinheads and it's Marty McFly and the pinheads, but it's all this font. And if you feel so, I was like, oh, I get it. And I know a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of an ode to him as well. So it was pretty neat.
That's so cool. I need to see that.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
It's all of that and all the great songs and all the great actors, but the car's the show. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
They fly this car around and it's the star of the show. I have no idea how they pull this off, but of course, Power of Love is in it. And, it's excellent. 10 out of 10, recommend it.
Yeah, it was even better than I was expecting. So, yeah.
And I'm sure, Paul, you got the Huey Lewis reference.
Yeah, I think that might have been, with the crowd, they were either too young to realize it or too old. So, but yeah, all the music in that was good. Like I didn't know what they were gonna do. Yeah, but yeah, and then I think Power of Love was like at the end.
Yeah, that's the showstopper at the end. Yeah.
So, yep.
So I was just looking at the schedule for Back to the Future, the musical, and there's nowhere around here, but my daughter is having a lacrosse match in Wisconsin on around middle of March, and they're going to be in Madison, Wisconsin time. So
sounds perfect.
I'm excited that I might be able to go see it. We'll see.
Really like to see it.
If anyone's kids are interested, it's kids show. I actually have a 19-year-old nephew who's at Mizzou, at University of Missouri, and he's way too cool for anything I would ever do. And now or my previous, 30 years, and he loved it. So I do think it's, got mass appeal.
As far as is Nashville from the two of you?
Ours, it's not bad.
Oh, yeah, March 17th through the 22nd in Nashville. Yeah, and then it goes to Texas. Nothing else after that is close to you. It was in Cincinnati sometime last year, and I really should have gone. That's an hour and 45 minutes. So,
well, don't miss this chance. It's very good.
Yeah, I will look into it.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to get back on another podcast and talk about it.
Yeah,
so,
we'll talk about
do that.
80s movies made into musical.
Yeah. Well, you have to go back and talk.
Quite a few.
I know. Go back and talk about the cruise. So
yeah, we could do a cruise recap. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I love doing that.
So,
wow.
You can book now, Susan. Well, actually, I don't know that you can book now. I think only people can. She? I was going to say, I thought it was only open to previous bookers.
No, I think it's open to anybody.
You should book it.
It's really something if you're a fan of this stuff. And here's the thing is it's just, we have met people who come in groups of 20. We've met a ton of solo travelers. We've met a ton of, it's like a big high school mixer. Everybody, everybody knows everybody's name by the end of it. So
did you do the 80s in the sand, or what was it? Okay.
No, we've never done that.
Okay.
Some of our friends do it, and they do it pretty religiously. It's just a really terrible time of year for us, and it's a great time of year for our business. We're very busy in October, but it's just terrible for vacation time. So we just don't really. It's not reasonable, and sometimes it's over Halloween, and it's just a weird. It's a tougher time for us to get away. Kind of like you.
Yeah,
good things about it though.
Yeah, when I retire from the tax world, I will be booking my cruise.
If that's your first thing, yes, we'll hold you to it. We'll hold you to it.
After the retirement party, I'm booking the cruise. So, yes, immediately.
Yeah. Our friend Diane Franklin was at the 80s in the Sand this past year.
Oh yeah, she was.
Better Off Dead reunion. Yeah.
And Amanda, what's her? I'm blanking on her last name. Yeah, Amanda Weiss, and I think Cusack was there too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a big deal. That was a big deal too.
On
80s in the Sand. And that's one thing that I wish the cruise did that I think is very cool that the Sands does. They bring in stars, and you can, I guess, you purchase photo ops with them. I think that's really neat.
Like movie
stars.
They have the bands and the music stars, but they just don't have any movie stars.
And Jake Rude, who's a big DJ in the new wave kind of community out there. He does all the 80s in the Sand also.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we hear it's very different. It is because I think it's just a different vibe. I think it's more relaxed, and I think because the cruises can find you're on a boat, right? But I think people are a lot more spread out at the resort. And then I think costuming isn't as big. I think it's just more chill. And then I think people dress up at night for the performances. But I think it's just more of a laid back vibe. Like when you go on the 80s cruise, I'm astonished by the creativity that goes into these costumes, blown away. And there's been years we've dressed up pretty well. Yeah. And we've never entered a costume contest because we are never to the level of some of those costumes.
It's not even close.
It's life-size Johnny No. 5 outfits. that are, I mean,
don't they have to pack this stuff?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Del,
He figured out how to shrink this thing down. It was absolutely crazy.
It's insane. I mean, it's very impressive.
Okay.
So that's cool.
There's always a couple teen wolves running around in full wolf basketball uniforms.
It's got to be hot.
But I mean, Caroline says it's intense. You don't have
to be. You don't
No,
have to be.
exactly. There's a lot of activities on the 80s cruise. So we book ourselves solid. I mean, this is what we do for a living, but we've got our spreadsheets. So we're like, hey, gotta get up. Hey, I don't want to miss it.
We've got an hour break. Hit the casino. Okay. We got to go to trivia with Steve Spears. And then we got, a showing of the movie The Outsiders in this area. And then,
and then they do a lot of, what do they do? Those like behind the music. They'll interview the bands and talk about their stories, which can be really interesting. And then we've got to get our lounging by the pool and our drinks and everything else. So
that's important.
But you don't have to do all that stuff, or you can choose some of it, and you can wear a concert tee all week and jeans and be fine. It's not like if you're not in costume, you're ridiculed or anything.
Right. Yeah, I think the last time you were on talking about it, there was even that one with the Calgon Take Me Away with the bathtub and everything.
Oh. That's a girl that's in our friend group. Yeah.
Really?
And her husband. Yeah.
Well, and we just heard, I was with them this weekend, and I just heard the story that the bathtub got left behind because that was the year all the weather was horrible on all flights were. Caroline and I were just at the airport having our last Bloody Marys. We get home. I don't know. We beat it by like an hour. It sounds like all flights were canceled after we got out of there.
Oh, wow.
And they ended up driving from Orlando to Philadelphia. No, actually, Orlando to Long Island.
Wow.
4 people, and the only rental car, they were like holding suitcases on their laps. It was 5 people. And they
I want names. I'm from Long Island. You never know.
When they were all crunched up and one of them was from Baltimore, but he had driven up to Long Island so they could all fly down together. And they drove by Baltimore, and he was like, "Oh, my house. I'll just keep driving, and then I'm gonna drive back."
Forgot about that.
But they were trying to pack this car, and they couldn't get all their bags and costumes and bodies in there. And finally, they were like, "The bathtub's got to stay. We can't take the bathtub."
Are they doing costumes this year?
They won't tell, but they say it's fantastic. So they're part of that group. There's one guy who blows everybody away.
Yeah, Zach, if you're listening, you're amazing. You're amazing, Zach. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Yeah. He was Johnny number 5 last year.
He was the monster in G.I. Joe. I don't know enough about it, but it was like the big dragon head thing. It was crazy. We're a little Troop Beverly Hills girls, and that's enough.
I love that costume, and I love that movie.
What do you know? What singers are going to be there? Bands are going to be there this year?
Yeah, it's Bret Michaels. Bret Michaels is a big name. You know who's there that everyone's very excited about is Nile Rodgers, and we're hoping he plays not only Chic but he produced all the music.
Yeah.
Everything in the 80s. Billy Ocean.
Really?
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. Billy Ocean's a big one. Glass Tiger. Quiet Riot. Taylor Dane.
Wow, great lineup.
It's a good lineup this year. Who else, Carolyn? You got to pull that up?
Berlin. I just pulled it up. Berlin. OMD.
OMD. Nice. I'm very excited about that.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Cool Modi.
Oh.
Jay, what
Men
they going to say?
Hats.
Men Without Hats?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, have 2 songs though.
One song,
yeah.
Pop Goes the World. Don't forget about that.
I didn't know
song.
Pop Goes the World was them. I actually like that better
to me.
Yeah, with the Claire.
Digital Underground. Did you say Digital Underground?
Oh yeah.
Already?
Humpty Dan.
Oh yeah. Donnie Iris and the Cruisers.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I know Donnie Iris. She was from Pittsburgh.
Heaven 17.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no,
who Jeremy likes them
fun.
apparently, Claire. And then Aldo Nova. I was listening to some Aldo Nova. Not bad. Not bad.
Good rockin' songs. That Life Is Just a Fantasy, everybody knows, but he's got a good rockin' sound. I could show up for that.
Yeah. And then cover bands. bunch of cover bands, that play like the parties and things like that. So
are the VJs there every year? Okay.
All the VJs are there every year. And then the fun thing, what they do every year is the first night at 11 p.m. in all venues all over, they bring down the screens and they make the announcement of the acts for next year.
Oh.
So it's really to get everybody excited so they hurry up and book while they're still on the boat and having a great time. And, but it's become this thing where everybody like goes down and is like staring up and waiting for it to start. And,
and we make bets on it. Of course, it's like fantasy football. We do like
that's our version of fantasy football.
Well, last year it didn't happen. We were all gathered to hear, and we get this announcement that the artist for next year will not be announced because a person has gone overboard.
Yeah.
And turns out it was a girlfriend of one of the bands. So it was weird. It was really sad, but the party must go on, but terrible tragedy, very, very sad. So, but ordinarily it's the first night. Everyone's just so excited, energy's so high. So we're looking forward to that.
And I think it'll be extra this year because the theme that night, I believe, will be New Year's Eve 1979. And they have done that once before, and they had a big like midnight balloon drop. Of course, I said the other day, it's like it was so nice of them to let us pull the balloon drop because we did. And Caroline was like, I don't think there was any letting. I think you and I walked right up there, pulled it ourselves with no permission whatsoever. But so I'm thinking they'll probably go into the announcements and then when that's over, it's probably going to be midnight. And
I hope
that's how Claire would do it if it were her show. We'll see.
That sounds fun. I hope that's what they do though. So, but like I said, we're booked anyway, but they give you have until like a month after the cruise to cancel get a full refund. But the incentive is if you book early, you get the opportunity to get reserved seating in the venue where all the bands perform.
Okay.
So
you get a pretty solid discount.
Yeah.
We'll be checking in with you, Suzanne, see if you booked for 2027.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a conversation. We should all go and do some kind of, activity together or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Come up with a party of our own. I mean, how did you get, like I said, we can have a conversation. Like, I want to know, like, how this all evolved with your, immersion in this as far as.
Yeah, I mean, it genuinely was we worked together, but weren't that great of friends. And it genuinely was kind of like, okay, we'll try this out. We were just so blown away on the first year. It was just everything's fun. They've got really cool, the branding is great. They usually turn they turn this one bar into something different every year. And it's like the Gremlins bar. You would know the name of it. The Gremlins bar. Yeah. Or
no, that's not. No, that's
O'Malley's
not right.
is from the yacht.
No, that's not right. It's God. Dory's pub.
Dory's pub. And so they run, there's just music, the 80s music is blaring everywhere and it's everywhere. And and then year after year, then you get to start seeing a lot of the same people and you're so excited. It's like summer camp. I mean, that first day, just so many hugs and so many, oh my God, I can't believe it. And
but you really guys started just as passengers and became more part of the activity.
No, we don't know. We just insert ourselves into everything and we just have a good time. No, it's okay. We have no formal affiliation with this event whatsoever. We like to participate and the company that puts on the cruise is out of St. Louis. And we've gotten to know some of them over the years and they're fine people. And we see them and, give them a, hey, what's up? But no, we have no affiliation. We've just developed such a great group of friends that we love seeing. They've become, like camp friends, they're like second family, like their kids know us. And, we're on a text chain right now and thousands of texts are flying, it's just like I don't know. It's just a network of people who fly the same freak flag that we do. And once a year, they let it all out.
I love it.
What-
We've built our business doing it because we started the business while we were on the boat. I bought a house on the boat a couple of 7 years ago. I made my offer and bought my house while I was cruising. I hope it was in the morning hours. And then we would sit there after a while when we were definitely going to go each year, and our business is intense and we travel a ton. And this became a week that even all our clients knew, and they still do. Our biggest clients are like, when is the 80s cruise? We need to mark it down. They ask us before we even bring it up that we'll be out, and we would start to say, well, we're in this little balcony room. It's tight with costumes. And, if we make this much in revenue this year, we're going to upgrade to a suite. And then if we make this much in revenue next year, we're going to get the junior suite. And we just kept going. Now I think we're in the owner's suite and we're just kind of static.
The next one has like the baby grand piano in it.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I know. I really want it, but we're not. We can't.
I'm the master of coin. I'm the master of coin for Clock Tower. We are not doing that suite.
Put our foot down.
That's not happening.
We don't need a baby grand piano, but dude, I would have such a fucking fun time rolling around on that one.
Photo ops.
I agree, Suzanne.
Seriously.
But it's been a motivator over the years. So
yes, if you wanted, we will take notes, and if you want to have a cruise recap, we'd be happy to bring photos and give our synopsis of the week.
Yeah, definitely. Love that. Yeah, that'd be awesome though if they ended up bringing like movie or TV stars on there too. Little mix of everything. That would be cool. But
I wish they would.
Yeah. But, they have plenty of people, and you see them out in the wild, so that's pretty cool. So
yeah, but it's I guess a lot of people have aversion to being on boats and cruise ships, and they don't like being unable to leave. And so I think there's been a handful of artists that haven't been able to book because of that. I always heard, Claire, I bet you heard the same thing, that whenever Billy Ocean performed previously, it was one of the stops where we pulled in, he performed, he got off the boat, and then we left. Some of the that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
So some of the artists get on, and like Berlin will stay on for 7 days, and she'll be out and about, visiting with everybody and whatnot. But there's a lot of people that were just like, I'm not into boats, I think. So
it's kind of ironic. Billy Ocean doesn't like to be
I know, right?
It's more like Billy Beach. He's on the land. Sure.
I guess we can. But I don't know. Like, do you have anything that you'd like to promote, or how people can contact you, or anything going on? Talk about?
Well, you're going in and out, so not sure who that was directed at first.
Sorry. Yeah, Claire, Caroline. Do you have anything to promote, or anything people contact you? Yeah.
Well, if you like what we've been talking about, if you like our vibe, shoot us an email. We've got our website is Clock Tower EXM. That's EXM as in Monday.com. We produce big events, live events, all sorts of events, big, small, concerts, music festivals, sponsorship activations, fashion shows, golf tournaments, etc. ClockTowerEXM.com. That's how you can find us. Thanks.
Awesome. See next, Suzanne, you want to tell people about your book? You got any events coming up?
Let's see. There's a couple of writers' conferences coming up in Pennsylvania, including the Penn Writers, which I'm the representative for Pennsylvania. So that's May 15th to 17th out here in Lancaster. I do actually have a poetry anthology coming out that I am in. That is a kind of compilation, but it's called White Winged Doves, and it's based on the Stevie Nicks aesthetic. So all the poems kind of relate to that vibe. So that's kind of neat. And that's from Manville Press. I'm working on some short stories so that they might be out in a collection also, which is a lot of like kind of weird, rough stuff. But, you got to put it out there. But you can take a look at onceinaLifetimeNovel.com. That's my coming of age book that takes place in the 80s, a lot of new wave music and pop art. And fun, romance and clubbing and that kind of thing. So you can take a look at that. Or SuzanneMattaboni.com, kind of has all that stuff on there. So
people could take it on the cruise and read while they're having some
Yeah.
downtime.
Yeah.
Well, they'll let me, bring a crate and sell them. I don't know.
There is a merch store. Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to, we'll poke around. We'll let you know.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. Sounds good.
All right, and Del, your radio show's going strong.
It's the 80s at 8 every Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Except this Sunday, we are not going to do an 8 p.m. show because of the Super Bowl. I'm guessing more people will tune into that than my radio show. But yeah. So anyway, so WEDM .com or the actually WEDMFM.com or the WEDM app is the easiest way to find the show.
Awesome. And let's go Pats. Woo! I'm the only one excited about that here.
No, that's okay.
Remember, I live in Indianapolis, so yeah, no one here likes the Patriots.
No one anywhere likes the Patriots, but
Pretty much.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank everybody for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Gen X Journeys anywhere you get your podcasts or the YouTube channel, and I appreciate it. And, thank you, everybody. I love this. So much fun. Good seeing you all again.
You too.
Yeah, nice to include me. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Of course.
Yeah, nice meeting you. We'll see everybody soon.
Maybe here, yeah.
Sounds good.